We'll go ahead and hang here. Had some laughs about it. So for Miami against Florida, Bud, how do you start to peel this onion?
I mean, Florida's offense still looks like hot garbage. They had 141 yards on the night. I said on Twitter, like, if I was Lagway, I would redshirt. He looks totally out of sorts. He doesn't look healthy. He looks like he's moving really slow, like he's trying to protect his body. I would take the year and reset. And I know Florida fans will be pissed at me for that, but guys, your season's cooked now anyway. So I don't think that's not being a team player. Like if you're, he doesn't look right, and that's a guy who has like real potential. And for those folks out there who would say, hey, he still has 2 more years after this. You know what? Sometimes you need all those years. Tyler Shuck did. Eventually you get it right if you're a guy who stays injured, and he does kind of, get dinged up an awful lot. Man, I watched this in the first half, and my lingering thought was Florida's offense still looks like crap. Florida's defense is still playing very hard for that defensive staff. And man, oh man, if Miami blows this is 100% on Mario for these first half decisions, dude. I mean, we are punting. Whew, have you seen, like, they punted from Florida's 46-47 and Florida's 39. Didn't they have an analytics guy last year, or was he just a clock guy? Like, maybe he's just to do with a watch, right? Like, let's get like a watch and a book now. Miami's offensive line and defensive line are like dominant. I said on the last show, like, that Miami's the best line of scrimmage team in the country right now.
Right.
And maybe by a lot.
That to me informs the decisions.
Yeah. I strongly disagree with the Lagway take. He can redshirt, sure. Okay. Like, he wasn't 12 of 23 for 61 yards. Like, and he was bad last week too. Like, maybe DJ Lagway is part of the problem. Maybe it's not just everything around him.
They could go to Tramel, I guess.
I'm not saying they should bench him, but I'm saying he could probably play a lot better than he's played. And at some point, if you're a quarterback and you are going to be the guy, you have to lift up the team around you. And he's not doing that. So I think he's talented. I think he's got tools. I don't see it on the field yet. I don't see him putting it together. I think Miami was the far better team. I think the score was very misleading. I think the Canes dominated this game from start to finish. And like you said, the only reason the game was even close was because Mario was just being ultra conservative in the first half. And Chip, you talked about it to start the show. There was a time when it was still 13-7 at the start of the fourth quarter, and Napier looked like he was going to kick the field goal. And I was gonna tweet the graphic, and I was gonna say Billy Napier's kicking a field goal to make a one-score game, and Mario's punting from plus field position multiple times. I was gonna tweet the escape room graphic, but then he changed his mind and went for it and got stopped. So whatever. But just, I don't know, man. I look at Florida's offense as an entire operation, and I don't see anybody playing well. I don't see the offensive line playing well. I don't think the receivers are playing well. I think Baugh is playing fine when he gets a chance, but I don't see DJ's playing well either. So if he sits out, it's not going to do him any favors.
Here's what I feel a little bit complicated about, and I know that it's 13 minutes is a little bit early for us to, dip into things that we're not always supposed to do, but I don't love making commentary on commentary, but it was, I don't know if y'all had ears on this one. I know we all have a lot of screens. You got to figure out where your volume's going to be. But part of the commentary about this Florida team was like, I'm just looking for them to compete. I'm just looking for them to show some fire. And that to me just drives the narrative that, do you think that this team is starting to check out on the season? Because that commentary connects those dots. Am I wrong about that? That like when you were offering that on that big stage game and you're just like, I'm just looking for someone to show some fire, show some compete out there. Like that, I couldn't, it felt unfair, but maybe I'm being too forgiving with that.
So I think there's a difference between like playing hard and playing sloppy, right? I don't think that Florida has not been playing hard. I do think they have been playing sloppy. When I watch Clemson, I'm like, Clemson doesn't give a shit. Clemson's just going through the motions. Like that. I think visually it does look different. Like Florida still tries to play physical. They look like a team that didn't get in the offseason work in the pass game.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of young receivers who haven't got to work with this guy. They don't run their routes to the right depth. They clearly like they're not on the same page as the quarterback in the passing game, which probably isn't very well designed anyway. Like the run game stuff is, I think, kind of fine. But yeah, I mean, I think they will check out for sure. Maybe they have a dead cat bounce at some point, but they're 1-3. Like they already did their save the coach, save the season thing last year.
Yeah, I don't think this is a quit thing at all. I mean, they looked bad against South Florida and LSU too. It's just, I don't think it's effort. I think it's just ability.
Yeah.
And that defense, again, like the dam broke at the end, but just like last week against LSU, that defense is still doing every damn thing that it can to keep them in these games, and just praying that its offense can come through and do something to, help them win.
I still think Miami's really good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a little bit concerned about the lack of zip from Carson Beck.
I saw some velocity chatter. Some velocity chatter. Yeah, I can't play that game. I'm not enough of a throw power expert to feel like I can weigh in on that conversation. But I did.
I mean, like that ball to Cormani picks. Sure, we could say Cormani did a nice job baiting him, and he did. I think a good throw still might get that, or at least isn't like easily picked. That thing hung forever. And then you watch a couple of the other ones, and then they go to a very, like, instead of conservative decision making like with respect to downs, they went conservative decision making with respect to throws. It was like, we're just going to throw a bunch of screens. It's like maybe they know something that they're not saying.
Maybe the rain played a part in it.
That's possible.
Sun rises, sun sets. It's rainy and humid at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami in September.
Maybe it's like the dog days of summer. You'll see a pitcher sometimes, he's throwing 97, and then one start he's only hitting 94. Just his arm's a little tired. Had surgery on it. Maybe.
Some meatballs. I missed getting all my dinger. I didn't bet enough dingers during meatball season, right? That late August, early September, guys just out there playing out the string, and batters who are trying to hit their benchmarks for contract bonuses.
You can still do that now. You go to the games featuring the teams that are out of it, who are just kind of throwing guys out there to get through to the end of the season. There's some home run value in those games.
Yeah, that's your baseball minute here on the Instant Reaction Pod. I'm glad we've still got a week, right? A week left of the regular season, maybe one or two series.
Yeah,
okay.
A week. Yeah.
There's your tip.